Welcome to Lakshman Biology. Today we will discuss about how to get 30 out of 30 marks in Karnataka second PUC biology practical examination. First of all, if you see the question paper, the practical examination duration is 2 hours, then the maximum marks 30. The practical examination question paper contain 8 questions on it. If you observe the every question one by one, first question number 1. Question number 1 contain 4 questions, but in these 4 questions, one question only you will get in exam. But during practice, you have to do practice for 4 questions, and during examination you will get any one of these 4 questions. Okay, this is the 5 marks question. In these 5 marks, for preparation of slide 3 marks, they will observe your slide and they will give 3 marks. Then for writing about that slide, 2 marks. Then if you see the question number 2, question number 2 is common for all students. The question number 2 is mitosis experiment. Mitosis experiment. In question number 2, they will give onion root tips to you. Then you have to prepare slide for the mitosis. Then after that, you have to identify which stage present on the slide. Already you know that the mitosis contain 4 stages, that are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. We can get any one stage of that mitosis in the slide. Then that identified phase of mitosis you have to draw on your paper, in which you can get 5 marks. Here also the slide preparation 3 marks and drawing diagram 2 marks. Already I have told that in first question also, for preparation of slide 3 marks and for writing 2 marks. Then if you see the third question, it is identification of pH. They will give 2 samples C1 and C2. They may give 2 samples in the beakers or in the liquid form, and you have to identify what is the pH of C1 and what is the pH of C2. Okay, C1 pH identification 1.5 marks and C2 pH identification 1.5 marks. How much pH is present in C1 and how much pH is present in the C2, you should write on the paper. If you identify or if you wrote correctly, you will get 3 marks. That is the third question. Next, question number 4. Identify D by giving 2 reasons. This is 3 marks. Here you have to identify the D which is given. Again, in this video only I will say what is the D, what they will give for D also. That is 3 marks. Next, in question number 5, they will give specimen E, in which they may give any one disease causing organism slide or specimen, that it may be Ascaris, it may be Entamoeba histolytica, it may be Plasmodium vivax, or it may be Trichophyton. Then you have to identify the pathogen, and after that you should write the name of the pathogen and disease causing it. This is 2 marks. For correct identification with the name, scientific name, 1 mark, and if you write the disease which is caused by that pathogen, that is 1 mark. Next, 6th one, identify F. What is F? Again I will say. Here also for identification 1 mark, for writing about it 1 mark, both combinedly 2 marks. 7th question is Viva voice. Viva voice contains 4 marks, in which the examiner asks 4 questions. If you correct answers for that all 4 questions, they will give 4 marks. Next, 8th question, practical records. They will give 6 marks for your practical record. Here what I will do, these questions one by one I will explain in detail. Don't skip the video, listen the video carefully. It is used to you to get 30 out of 30 marks. Question number 1. Already I have told that in question number 1 you can see the 4 questions. In these 4 questions you will get any one. Actually for 2021 one question was deleted, that is prepare a temporary slide to show the pollen tube growth on the stigma. Hence we will get any one question from these 3 remaining questions. Okay, what you have to write? What you have to write for it? If you get this question for question number 1, that is prepare a temporary slide to show pollen germination from the given material A and calculate the percentage of pollen germination. Actually, if you see in your journal, there you can see aim, then materials used, chemicals, like that procedure, different things are there. No need to write all those things. Here first you have to understand the question carefully. Prepare a temporary slide. You have to prepare the slide. Which slide? Pollen germination slide. Okay, to prepare the slide they will give the material A, and after preparation of slide you have to calculate the percentage of pollen germination. Means how many pollen grains are germinated on your slide, you have to calculate. Here for preparation of slide 3 marks, then for calculation 2 marks. Here what you have to do, you have to take the slide, then to correct result you can take the cavity slide, then you have to add the sucrose solution on the slide. Then in these sucrose solutions, if you add the pollen grains which are present on the anther, then if you keep 10 minutes, after that you can observe the pollen grains in these cavities on the slide. That is the preparation of slide. If you prepare the slide perfectly, you will get 3 marks. Then how can you calculate? For calculation you have to make this table. In this table you can observe that what happened in first experiment, first slide, means again you have to do the same type of slide. Second time what happened, third time what happened. See, total number of pollen grains which are present on the slide equal to capital N. Example, in first experiment if you are observed 30 total pollen grains on the slide, you should write 30. Then number of pollen grains are germinated equal to small n. Example, on your first slide total number of pollen grains are 30. If 15 pollen grains are germinated, germination means they contain pollen tube like this, then you have to write 15 here. Then you have to calculate percentage of pollen germination. There is one equation for calculation of percentage of pollen germination, that is small n by capital N into 100. Okay, how to calculate percentage of pollen germination for the first slide? See, by this equation, small n by capital N into 100. Here small n is 15. Next, capital N is 30, then into 100. If you do it, you can get 50 as a result. Hence, 50% of pollen grains are germinated in first slide. Like that, second time also you have to do, third time also you have to do. Finally, you have to count the average percentage of pollen grains which are germinated. For how to calculate the total average percentage? For that, we have to take all the 3 percentages which we got on top and then divided by 3. Here 3 slides are 3 times you did, hence you have to do divided by 3. Then if you do this 50 plus 75 plus 75 divided by 3, then you can get result 66.6%. This is the average percentage of pollen grains which are germinated. Okay, this type you have to write. If you get this question, first you have to do the slide for germination of pollen grain. After that, you have to calculate the percentage of pollen germination by using the equation small n by capital N into 100. Then if you get another question, that is prepare a temporary slide to show pollen tube growth on the stigma from the given material A and draw neat label diagram of your observation. Actually, this question they will not ask for 2021. Why? Because they are deleted due to COVID-19. Okay, I will explain this question also. For this, what we have to do? You have to prepare a slide which will show the pollen germination. For this, you have to take stigma of the flower. You can take stigma of brinjal, stigma of datura, anyone you have to take. Then you have to prepare a slide for it. Then you have to observe pollen tube growth in the stigma. Okay, for preparation of slide 3 marks, then plus. Here you no need to write anything, simply you should draw the diagram. For drawing 2 marks, total 5 marks. Then if you get another question for question number 1, that is prepare a slide of given material A by taking TS of ovary and report the number of locules and type of placentation. Already I have told that first you should understand the question properly, then only it is possible to get 30 out of 30 marks. For this question, what we have to do? See question, prepare a slide of given material A by taking TS of ovary. You have to prepare TS of ovary slide. Actually, maximum they will give hibiscus or China rose to do this experiment. See, this is the hibiscus. First, what you have to do? You have to remove the all sepals and petals. Then you can see the ovary like this. This is the ovary, it is stigma, this is the style, this one is ovary. Then by taking blade, you have to cut this ovary. When you cut the ovary, you can see the TS of ovary. You can, by cutting the ovary, you can form the TS of ovary. Here you can observe how can you see the TS of ovary. Actually, this TS of ovary no need to see in compound microscope. In dissection microscope only easily it is visible. Okay, for preparation of this slide 3 marks you will get. Then apart from that, remaining 2 marks for report a number of locules. Number of locules means how many chambers are present in the ovule. If you are identify and if you write that, then you will get another 1 mark extra. That is if you observe here, the hibiscus contain 5 locules. 1, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 locules. Next, each locule contain 2 ovules. Hence, number of locules in ovary 5 locules and each locule contain 2 ovules. Apart from that, you have to identify the type of placentation. About placentation, you can learn in the first PUC. Then if you are identify the type of placentation, then again you can get 1 mark. Okay, here you can see axile placentation. Axile placentation you can observe in the hibiscus. Given material for TS of ovule is hibiscus, then you can prepare the TS of oval slide for that 3 marks. Then for identification of number of locules 1 mark. Next for identification of type of placentation 1 mark. Then if you get another question for the question number 1, that is prepare a slide to show nuclear staining from the given material A and report the shape of the cell and the number of nuclei. For this they may give the material onion peel. Then you have to prepare nuclear staining slide for that onion peel by onion peel. For after preparation of slide, then you can get the slide like this. Here you can see, you can observe the rectangular or hexagonal or oval shaped cells. Middle that dots, small dots are there. The dots are nucleus. For preparation of slide 3 marks, then here you can see shape of the cell. For identification of shape of the cell 1 mark, that is rectangular or hexagonal or oval. Then for identification of number of nuclei, each cell contain 1 nuclei at periphery. Here for that 1 mark, identification of number of nuclei. Apart from that, you have to write total number of nuclei present on the slide. Each cell contain 1 nuclei, then total number of nuclei which we have observed, it may be 35, 33 like that. Okay, here what you have to write, shape of cell, it may be rectangular or hexagonal, number of nuclei, each cell contain 1 nucleus at periphery, total number of nuclei are 32, 22 like that. That is the question number 1, completion of question number 1. Then question number 2. Question number 2 is common for all students, but if you see question number 1, which contain 4 questions, in that 4 questions few members will get one question, another members will get another question, like that happen. But if you see the question number 2, it is common for all students. Question number 2 is a mitosis experiment. If you observe the question number 2, here you can see, prepare a temporary slide of the given material B and identify any one stage of mitosis and draw a label diagram of the stage observed. For this they will give onion root tips. Then you have to take the sharp corner of onion root tips. With that you have to prepare the slide by using the acetocarmine as the staining agent. See what happened, acetocarmine absorbed by the genetic material, then that genetic material or chromosomes easily visible to you, hence here we have to use acetocarmine. Okay, after the preparation of slide, that slide you can see like this by compound microscope. If you use 40x, then easily you can observe this slide. With the 10x you can't see properly, hence by 40x you can see. On the slide you can see different stages. Here you can see the anaphase, metaphase, telophase, different stages of mitosis. Already you know mitosis mainly divided into 4 stages, the 4 stages that are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Any one stage only you have to identify. Then that stage diagram you have to write. First you have to write the name of the stage, that is here example I have wrote metaphase. Then you have to draw the neat label diagram of metaphase plate. How I have identified here metaphase plate, metaphase, because if you see the metaphase, the chromosomes are present at center. Based on this we can identify the given stage is mitosis. Then we have to draw the diagram of that particular stage. No need to write only metaphase, you can write prophase, or you can write anaphase, or you can write telophase also. Which stage you have observed properly, that stage diagram you can draw. Here also for preparation of slide 3 marks, and for drawing diagram, label diagram 2 marks. That is the question number 2. Next question number 3. Question number 3 is identification of pH. It is also common for all students. If you observe here, conduct a suitable test for the given soil water sample C1 and C2 and report the pH values. For these 3 marks, they will give 2 samples, C1 and C2. Then you have to identify the pH of C1 and pH of C2. pH, we can identify the different methods by using universal indicator solution. Universal indicator solution means for this you have to take the sample C1 and C2 samples in test tube. Then if you add 1 drop of universal indicator solution, then you can see the change of color in the sample. Based on that color change, you can identify the pH. Then broad range pH indicator paper. For this you have to take the pH paper. Then if you add a small drop of sample on the pH paper, the paper will be change its color. Then the pH scale is present above the paper. Based on which color you got, then based on that you can identify the pH. Then narrow range pH indicator papers also there. Here what happen, in few colleges they will identify pH only with the pH indicator paper. In few colleges they may contain only one type of pH indicator, that is a universal indicator solution, and in few colleges we can see more than one type of pH identification processes. Here what we have to do, if you have only one type of pH indicator, then you can do only one type only, then you have to get the result. Then if you have more than one type of pH indicators, then you have to do all types of pH identification. Then finally you have to take the mean value for that 3. That is the identification of pH. Here if you are identify the correct value for pH, correct pH value for C1, you will get 1.5 marks. Then 1.5 marks for C2, total marks 3. Then if you see the question number 4, here for question number 4, this is 3 marks. You will get any one of the following. It may be slide showing TS of testis or TS of ovary, VS of ovary showing female gametophyte, or TS of blastula or meiosis, any one stage of meiosis. Among these 5, you can get any one for the D. They will not say the name, simply they will give that slide or that if they don't have slide, they will give diagrams of this, then you have to identify the name. For identification of name 1 mark, then you have to write the reasons how you identified that. If you write 2 reasons, 2 marks, total 3 marks. That is about D. For D or for 4th question, first one they may give TS of testis. See, this is the TS of testis. If they give TS of testis, you can write these points. Then this is the TS of mammalian ovary. If they give this slide, you can write these points. Next, this is the VS of ovule showing female gametophyte, means that is anatropous ovule. You may read in chapter number 2, anatropous ovule. That slide only you can see like this. Okay, for identification, and you can write apart from that 2 reasons. Here I have given 4 reasons, but you can write only 2 reasons, 2 or 3 reasons. Then this is the TS of blastula slide. Here also for identification 1 mark, for writing reasons 2 marks. Then these are meiosis phases. They can give any one slide. It may be meiosis 1, meiosis 2, leptotin, zygotin, metaphase 1, metaphase 2, like that. Different stages are there. These are all related to 4th question. Once again see the 4th question. 4th question, they may give any one of the following. It may be slide showing TS of testis or TS of ovary or VS of ovary showing female gametophyte or TS of blastula or meiosis. I am not explaining all those things because it will take lot of time for explanation. I have given names, then you can learn by that names. If you want this PowerPoint presentation, then subscribe my YouTube channel, then send that subscribed YouTube channel screenshot to my mobile number, that is 970-440-5780, 970-440-5780. then I will send this PowerPoint presentation to you. That is the question number 4. After that, question number 5. For question number 5, they will give any one of disease causing pathogen specimen in the form of E, and they will say that is E. Then you have to identify what is the E, in which they may give Entamoeba histolytica or Plasmodium vivax or Ascaris lumbricoides or Trichophyton. They will not say name, simply they will give that specimen. For this, what we have to do? First you have to identify the name, you have to write the name, for that 1 mark. Then you have to identify the disease which is caused by that pathogen, for that 1 mark, total 2 marks. That is about the 5th question. Next, 6th question. 6th question, they may give any one of the following. It may be TS of leaf or stem or root showing adaptations, or animal showing adaptations, homologous analogous structures, pedigree chart analysis. In these 4, they may give any one, but these 4 topics again subdivided into different parts. Example, if you see here, adaptations. For adaptations, we have to see both animals and plants also you can see adaptations. Then apart from that, adaptations you can see in both in water and in a desert, xeric adaptations and hydric adaptations. All those we have to learn. See, if you see the xerophytic adaptations, they may give Opuntia. Here also they will give only slide or specimen. You have to identify it. Then you have to identify, is it xeric adaptation or is hydric adaptation, or name of that specimen or slide. Then you have to comment on it. See, they may give Opuntia. In that time you have to write Opuntia and comment on the Opuntia. That is how you have identified and which type of adaptation you can see. They may give Acacia. It is also show the xeric adaptation. They may give Bryophyllum. They may give hydric adaptations also. It may be Nilambo. Okay, they may give Hydrilla. They may give Eichhornia. Okay, next, adaptation in animals, xeric adaptations are desert animals. Desert adaptations, they may give camel, they may give rat, they may give squirrel. Okay, if they give squirrel, you have to write this point I have given for writing. If you want to write, you can write same point also, no problem. Then here they may give prawn, they may give fish, but they will not say the names. Simply they may give specimens or diagrams or slides. Then you have to identify, you have to comment on it. Then homologous organs. Homologous organs, already you know, they contain similar origin but different function. Homologous organs has a similar structure or origin but different function are called homologous organs. Example, tendrils of passion flower and thorns of pomegranate. They both have similar origin but they have different function. Then tendrils of vitis and thorns of carissa, they have similar origin but different function. Means here tendrils are used for climbing, thorns are used for protection, but both are originated from the same. Hence those are also homologous organs. Next, tendrils of balloon vein and bulbils of agave, both have same origin but here tendrils of balloon vein are used for climbing. Next, agave is used for vegetative propagation. Next, scaly leaves of onion and spines of prickle pear. If you see the scaly leaves of onion that are used for food storage, then if you see the spines in the prickly pear or cactus, then that are used for protection. Then if you see the wings of birds, forelimbs of mammals, all has the same structure but different function, hence those are also example for homologous organs. Then after that analogous organs also they may give. Example for that is the stem tendrils and leaf tendrils, then thorns and spines, then modification of root and modification of stem, then phylloclade and cladode and leaves. Here analogous organs definition, if you are observe, the organs which have dissimilar structures, structure is different or origin is different but function is same. Different structure or origin but same function are called analogous organs. These are all are example for the analogous organs. This is about the practical PowerPoint presentation. I think it will use to get good marks, to score good marks. If you want this PowerPoint presentation, subscribe my YouTube channel, then send that subscribed screenshot to the 97044057080, or if you don't want this much of high procedure, simply subscribe my YouTube channel and under comment subscribed, then I will subscribe with your email ID or phone number, anything I will send. Okay, once again if you are observe, this is about the practical detailed explanation, all I have inserted. Once again if you see the question paper, already I have told 8 questions are there. In that 8 questions, first question 5 marks, okay, among the 4 anyone you can get. Second question 5 marks, all members will get same, that is mitosis experiment. Third question pH experiment, you should identify the pH of C1 and C2, 3 marks. Fourth question you have to identify the D, that is 3 marks, it may be TS of ovary, TS of testis, VS of ovary showing female gametophyte, like that. Fifth question related to disease, 4 disease pathogens and their disease names you have to read, any one of that 4 they will give. Next sixth question also 2 marks only, but you have to read lot of things for sixth question, hydric adaptation, xeric adaptations, like that. Next 7th question is viva voice. Viva voice carry 4 marks. In this, internal have rights to ask 2 questions and external have rights to ask 2 questions. Total 4 marks you will get, you can get. But in few colleges, if based on external and internal understanding, they may not ask these viva questions also. Simply they will give marks based on their previous performance. And records also sometimes they will check, if external strict, he will check completely, and if external is not a strict, they will not check completely. For practical record you will get 6 marks. Total 30 marks are there. Okay, based on this you can read for practicals. No need to read all aims, principle, that procedures, materials, all these things only enough. For that, what we have to do, first understand the question paper carefully, then you can read the all remaining things. All the best. Thank you.